Right, Tom. So just a couple of things to get down through. So the D major scale rundowns or run-ups, whatever the case may be. So first of all, the scale: open 2 3, 2 4, open 2 4, open 2, open 2 3, open 2 3, and up to 5 if you want. Okay, so we had let's say one of the ones we had was starting off with D, and you're about to go to a G. Just and again, down, up, down. It's much smoother than down, down, down. So you're going to an A from the G, so you could start off on the bass note that you already have. So here we're going up to the A, up past it, and then just back down to it. And there's another one. So we've got that double hammer on. So open 2 4, open 2 on the next string, open 2 3 on the next one, and then that's that D note again, so you're up to the 8 or the 1, as the case may be. And there you are. So another one we had. Now you can do a pull off on there if you want as well. So pick, slide up, open, G, and remember, you're looking for that semitone clash. So here's another one that we didn't do, but it's quite nice. So so we're starting on the D on the 8th. Sorry. So we've got down from here on the E, slide up, slide back. So okay, so just a couple of runs, but again, the best way to go about it is just to kind of mess about with the scale, try to visualize the scale on the fretboard as you're playing the chords, and then just bridge the gaps between them. And just keep in mind as well that what's important is the amount of notes that you have in the run, because then that'll impact where in the rhythm it starts. So you know what I mean by that. We were talking about that already, but it's very important that you get that right, just for that smoothness factors, which is what we're going for. Sunny afternoon descent. So one way of doing it. So we've got the A minor / G, F sharp. Then we've got that kind of vague F note. Then E. So now, all of a sudden, this is the bass note. E7. E7 or E7 sharp 5, I guess you'd call this, and then just the regular E7. So that's so you don't start on the E7, you just start on the regular E. Now the other alternative, so that you don't have to jump up halfway through, is to start on the higher octave. So that'd be A minor. Now this is the operative bass note. Well, bass-ish. You get what I mean. Now in this, you're going down to A minor 7, open G, then reaching over. Now in the name of not having two bass notes at the same time, you want to block that string altogether. Bring it down a fret, and then you just start from the E exactly how we did. And as well as that, there was that other little thing, wasn't there, about lazing on a sunny afternoon. And then it goes to the major. So that's just A minor, bam, open, 2, 4, A. So that's all that is. Okay, moving on then. We've got the here, there, and everywhere picking pattern. So nice and simple. So if we're starting off on a G, so we're starting off bass on the thumb, then fourth, first finger, fourth string, and then just on the third beat, everything else. So whatever you have, it doesn't have to be all 3 fingers, it could be just 2, you know, but it's just about getting the most out of the chord in 4 notes, while still just hitting the bass note on the first. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then you just hit the same one as you did on the second beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one, A minor, is exactly the same, only you bring your thumb down to the A bass note. C, G. F sharp. So that's all there is to it. Very, very simple. And you can do that pretty much the whole way through. And then little variations, you know yourself, you know, you've got enough finger picking experience to know that kind of stuff comes naturally. You know, you've obviously got your own sort of ideas and variations, and it's just a case of practicing that to get it nice and smooth. Then you can bring that into it. Other than that, then suspended chords. So as I said, there was 2 different types. The third in every chord, that's the note that decides whether it's major or minor. So if you go below where the thirds, well, there's 2 thirds. There's the major third and the minor third. If you go below the thirds, then you're on the second, so you're suspending the chord. In other words, hiding whether it's major or minor with a note lower than the third. So that'd be, let's say if we're saying A, that'd be A sus4. Other way around then, you bring it up above the third, that'd be on the fourth, so that'd be A sus4. So here's A. That's the note, that's the third. And you don't even need to know 1, 2, 3 in the scale to know that. You just need to know that that's A major, and then that's A minor. So obviously this is the one deciding major or minor. So that means that it's the third. So if we go 1 above that, that's A sus4. And then if we, there's the major third, that'll be the minor third. So then below that, that's the second. So that's A sus2. A sus2s are lovely. They've tried barring them as well. So just like that. The other example then, probably the more common one, is D. So there's D. There's D major. D minor is the same, only with this one lower. So we know that's the third. So if we go below that, there's D sus2. And if we go above the thirds, that'll be D sus4. One more example. This would be E sus4. And the other ones then would be, so let's say, you know, on here, there's a B chord. That'll be your B sus4. And then that's the sus2. But that's the idea anyway. All right, plenty to be getting on with that anyway. And I'll see you next time.